Hello and welcome back to this channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Tulum in Mexico, and I'm going to be giving you some cool ideas on what to do there if you decide to visit. As you probably know, Tulum is a beach town in eastern Mexico, and it has gained popularity over the last few years, especially with young travelers. Many sites in Tulum have become very popular on Instagram, but in this video I'm going to give you 8 ideas on what to do in Tulum, no matter if you are a young solo traveler or if you're traveling with your family. Make sure to watch till the end of this video so I can give you some extra tips that will make your stay in Tulum much better. At the top of my list of things to do in Tulum, I've got the Gran Cenote. It's a really cool place, basically a waterhole, and there are many of them across Mexico, especially on the Yucatan Peninsula. This one is definitely not the most spectacular one, and it's also not that big, but it's really easy to reach from Tulum. You can just rent a bike and be out there at the cenote in like half an hour. With the car it takes less than 10 minutes to get there, so it's really the closest one you can get in Tulum. Because it's so close, it's also super popular, and this is one of these places that have become very popular on Instagram, so there are always people taking pictures there. If you want to get some nice pictures for your feed, I recommend to go there very early in the morning. It opens already at 8 usually, so make sure to be among the first to step into the site. You do have to pay an entrance fee. It's not too expensive and you can stay inside for as long as you want. There are some caves you can swim through, and of course the water there just looks amazing. It's really refreshing, especially early in the morning. Another tourist favorite are the ruins of Tulum. It's an archaeological site. You also have to pay entrance for this one. There are Mayan temples you can visit. You can get a guide to get around, or you can just explore by yourself. The location of these ruins is what really makes them. They were really important for the Mayan people because they were doing a lot of trade there. These are not the biggest temples by any means you can visit in Mexico, but again it's very conveniently located, not far from the city center. And as I said, the location really makes it. It's beautiful by the sea and you'll get some stunning pictures. On top of that, you might spot some wildlife, as it's still quite natural in that area. Another place that's easy to reach in Tulum is Playa Santa Fe. It's a very relaxed atmosphere there, and there are also some cool beach bars, but the whole surroundings are still very natural, and that's just what really makes it. It's a beautiful place and one of my favorite beaches in Mexico. If you're in the area, it makes sense to also visit Chichen Itza. Of course, Tulum is not really super close to Chichen Itza, but it's doable if you have a car or if you join a tour company that takes you there. Chichen Itza is one of the 7 world wonders and a must-see if you're in this region of Mexico. It is very well looked after and some of the most perfect pyramids you can see in the whole world. Some of the things they have there are also not as well known as the main pyramids. For example, there's a big football field where they used to play soccer in ancient times. It's really interesting to see, and make sure to plan enough time to also be able to see these lesser known places. Back in Tulum, you might want to check out some art or these places you've seen all over Instagram already. There's one beach road where you can find all these things you've seen online. Most prominently the Ven a la Luz structure. But keep in mind that this street is very different from the rest of Tulum, and it's almost its own little town, its own bubble. All the restaurants and hotels look exactly the same. They go for the same exact approach, which might be cool to see, but I personally don't want to get caught up in that area for too long because it's very different and very artificial. I've already mentioned the Gran Cenote, but there are so many exciting cenotes on the Yucatan Peninsula, and if you have a car or if you have a tour company taking you there, you can check out loads of them. It's a unique feature that Mexico has. They are so much fun. You can go swimming, you can go diving, you can jump into them. Some of them even have a waterfall. Another good day trip to do is a trip to Playa del Carmen. There the beaches are a bit wider, the water is warmer and the shopping is better. So if you are into these things, Playa del Carmen might be the place for you. Only an hour to get there with the local bus and even faster with the car, I think. If you're looking for an authentic Mexican experience, I recommend a trip to Valladolid. It's a colonial town with buildings that date back to the 16th century. They have a stunning cathedral there to visit, many colorful streets, local food, and an authentic atmosphere that makes you want to stay longer. It's also easy to reach with the car, only 1.5 hours from Tulum. And there we go, these are the things I recommend you to do in Tulum, Mexico. Now, as promised, I have a few more tips for you on how to make your stay in Tulum better. I personally stayed at the Mimosa Boutique Hotel. It's not a sponsored video, but I had a great time there. Very relaxing, not far from the beach, but also not too expensive. So I can definitely recommend that hotel. I recommend about a week in Tulum, but if you want to explore more other places in the region as well, you can even stay longer. Tulum is one of my favorite places on the Riviera Maya. Many people also decide to stay in Playa del Carmen, but Playa del Carmen just feels a bit more upper class and I didn't really enjoy my time there as much. Of course, there's also the option to stay in Cancun, but there it's even less laid back and really a big city. If you're trying to do multiple of these things I've just mentioned in the same day in Tulum, I recommend to start off with the Gran Cenote, then head to the Maya ruins. After that, go check out the Instagram spots, and then end your day on the Playa Santa Fe. For the trips outside of Tulum I've mentioned, you will need a full day to get to them to really be able to enjoy them. And those were all the tips I have. If you have any, please leave them down in the comments. Thank you very much for watching today, and I'll see you in the next video.